Actually, that doesn't look like it's picking up on Mike at all. Which would be Pog. Like, I see a little bit every now and then, but I don't think it's nearly it's close enough to be detectable. This mic is good. There's like chainsaw noises and wood chipper noises happening all around me, but you wouldn't be able to tell based on what I'm seeing at on the OBS overlay. So that's pretty cool. I wish there was someone around to verify though, verbally. I see. I can't tell what threshold it needs to cross for it to be hearable. I don't know. Because I don't think it's getting to the point where it would be audible at all. But I don't know. Well, I guess I'll just be muted occasionally until I have something to say. Hello, my dog. How are you doing? Welcome to my room. I'm not letting you outside. He wants to go outside and bark at the yard work people so badly he wishes to do this. I'm not going to let him do that. I refuse. You are staying in here. I know that's why you walked into this room. You can be pet, but you gotta stay in here until they leave. And they've been here a while, so I understand your plight completely. But I do know that you don't even probably need to go outside. You probably just want to be annoying. That's his whole modus operandi. So, you can stay right there, looking at me from down there on the floor. He's a very short, small dog, so he always looks up at me. Even if he was a big dog, he would be looking up at me. I don't think there's a dog out there that would be taller than me sitting down, with it sitting down. If so, it'd be very frightening. So yeah, I guess I'll just mute, and then when I think of something to say, I don't freaking know. Do I even need to? It has not... whatever. I wish I could listen back to a clip of this. I could, I suppose, open up my own stream. Let me see if I can hear that on twitch.tv/me. Going to Twitch, going to my channel, listening to myself. Going to Twitch, going to my channel, listening to myself. I don't hear a thing. Going to Twitch. Oh god, it's looping. Okay, get that out of here. Beyond me. Friggin' loser. Hate that guy. Get him up. Okay, so what we gotta hear? What do we gotta hear? Sorry, feeling very Mario-esque today, apparently. Practice. This looks like a little dude's face. I just realized that. I can't have that in my character design. That's gonna be so distracting. Alright, so that's another thing we gotta fix. I just noticed it right now. If I noticed it, that means somebody else would have noticed it for sure. They'd be like, hey, you guys see this? I want to take this character design seriously, but it looks like a little face. And I can't have that. Not one bit. Also, I should get my music back up. Did I stop it? I did. Get my music. There we go. Very nice. Okay, so we gotta do this. And they've done something smart that I noticed when I was looking at Eboshi's character design, and that is that they made the inside of her coat darker than the outside of her coat, or at the very least a different color. Here, let me actually fact check myself. Is it darker? You got this? And then this. Yeah, it is darker. Okay, they made it a darker color, darker value. And I think I'm going to incorporate that into my own design, because I was thinking this looked a little samey, this plane right here. When you got the exterior visible and the sleeves and the interior all at once, you need a point where that doesn't look the same. No, it's looking... oh, no. Yeah, the yard work noises do be picking up. I'll keep checking OBS periodically. But it's so far so good. which is impressive because it's getting like so loud in this room. This mic not picking up most of it is already a testament to like maybe I should keep this mic. I don't know. I would have preferred a dedicated mic or anything with you know, something with its sole purpose was to be a microphone, so that I could get that crispy audio quality. I don't know. Maybe if this is how it's going to be, maybe I'll reserve this mic for those occasions when it does get loud. It shouldn't happen often, but when it does, this would be ideal, because so far, very impressed with the level or the lack of detection of the unwanted sounds on this bad boy here. But yeah, that's nice. Very nice to know. Just draw a couple more lines. I think I'm gonna try this, see how this looks. Sometimes you don't need a valve, sometimes you just need a line. Me when I'm a hedge fund manager. No, but sometimes you just need a line to differentiate and add patterning. Do I like it? Do I? Or did I just draw it badly and that's why I don't like it? What the heck was that noise? You guys, I don't even know if you heard it. It's the one thing about this mic is if I hear something bizarre, I truly cannot tell if it's been heard or picked up by anyone. I mean, it's interesting, but I don't know if I like it. I don't know if I bloody like it. I don't know if I'll do. I probably don't. So I'm gonna get rid of it. And then we're gonna select, and then we're gonna go to here, then we're gonna go here. Was that the freaking video? I can't even tell. It was a good song. I forget which one this is exactly. Did they tell me? Tell me what you got. The tracks are Dark Souls OST Nameless Song, and then Dark Souls OST Souls of Fire. Are those the only two? Do they just alternate between those for an hour? I don't think so. I think this description is just incomplete. I don't freaking know though. What do I know? Nothing. Oh, it's the Resident Evil save theme almost. What kind of other patterns do we got going on here? They got some with circles, the wave patterns, we got more circular, we got more angular wave patterns. There seems to be similarities here. What do we got here? I can't really see much pattern here. More diamond pattern, more of this. I don't even know what you would describe this as, some sort of organic-esque alternating shape. Some frills here. Then you got this one, it seems to be line, bigger circle, small circle, line, circle, line, circle, circle, line, circle, circle, line, circle, line, circle, circle, line, circle, line, circle. I see. I see. I'm learning. I'm not good at what you call textiles or patterns with fabric. I'm trying to figure it out as we go. And it's all the more complicated when there's noises of tree branches falling around outside your house. So, what was I thinking? What was I thinking? It's a good question I should just ask myself more. How's this look? Let's check a look here. It's actually pretty interesting. I don't hate it. Now that seems loud. I'm checking OBS for that for sure. No? Wow. It is so loud in this room, it's almost hard to concentrate. I feel like I'm having a speech jammer effect put on, where I would hear my own voice and making it difficult or near impossible to speak because of the volume around here, but the mic is picking up none of it, so I just probably sound like I can barely talk. Pros and cons. Hey, what are you doing over there? Alright, so there's design 2. And I actually think we can kind of just take some of this, not the whole thing, but just like this bit. Take all this line art here, move it on over here to this lady. Did I move her, or what's going on here? I guess we'll just try to align the hand, and that'll be the closest that we get. Uh-oh, it's still connected. I think she needs to be shrunk a little bit. Perhaps that's the issue. Then we'll just erase all of this. Get out of here. You don't need it. Oh god, I killed her. Hello, Mask. Welcome in. If you've seen the title, you'll know that you may hear yard work noises, although so far, haven't heard many I haven't seen anything that would suggest the yard work noises are even audible at all. So you might not hear anything out of the ordinary. But if you do, That's what's going on. Somebody's got a wood chipper running. Somebody's got chainsaws running outside. I can barely hear my own thoughts. And there's not many of those to begin with, so when a thought does come into my mind, I would like to be able to hear it. I got from getting my ass kicked for the 20th time by the Undead Legion. The Undead Legion. In what game? The Undead Legion. Is this Resident Evil? Dark Souls 3? That's right. They are in there. I remember them now. I guess it's very appropriate that I'm playing Dark Souls music then, right? The guys from Faron Keep, yeah, they're the Abyss Watchers, right? I remember. Yeah, they can be a little tricky, those guys. Those ne'er-do-wells. I shouldn't have assumed it was a game, though. That could have been a real Undead Legion you were facing off against, and I was just like, oh, what video game are you struggling? And you could have been being attacked by real zombies, and I would have just assumed. How rude of me. Good God, if you can hear... Alright, for sure some of those had to be audible, right? Did you hear those noises? I can't tell. I keep checking OBS in a panic, just being like, oh, was that one heard? Potentially? Yeah, okay. So, some of them do show up, okay. This microphone is not impervious to bleed. Bleed from sound. It was doing very well, though, from what I could tell. How does your shoe look, lady? It's like flat. Alright. That makes sense. Oh God. They're cutting down the house. I'll have nothing left by the time they're done. Streaming from a barren backyard, basically. I'm a goblin. I'm in jail. But usually when we're not in jail, we live in caves and forests and stuff. So you can only imagine my disappointment when they're removing all these trees here. I got out of the jail. I am now working my way back towards my hometown, found a nice place to stream, and now they're cutting down all the trees here with their advanced machinery. That's the lore for this stream. With their weird artifacts. I was just looking up some reference. Alright, let's get back into this. I wanted to try some other stuff here. Which means I shouldn't have... You know what? We're gonna have to undo a lot, I think. Alright, now we're here. I think we will keep the boots here and the legs, so we can get rid of this. And we'll probably keep the pants. Let's just keep this here, and then we'll lower the opacity. And then we'll go here, and then we'll try and do this. Dark Souls 3 is a fun game, though. One of my favorites of all time. Definitely my favorite Dark Souls game, that's for sure. Oh. Things are getting quieter for now. Which means they're either done, or it's going to get way louder again in the future. Also, there's ambient noises in this video for some reason. So if there's like a wolf noise, that's probably where it came from. I had some Pinterest designs, I think, that would be interesting here. Let me see if I can find that. I still have 10 Pinterest followers, which I believe are all middle-aged women who have forgotten to unfollow me, or that they even have a Pinterest account. That's what I'm assuming. Pinterest followers is just a weird convergence of words and phrases. Unless you post stuff to Pinterest, which I don't. But if I did, I would definitely be doing that thing where you make a website and you start drop shipping stuff and then you put the affiliate links in on Pinterest. Apparently they're cracking down on that kind of thing now, though. So you probably won't even be able to do it. But it was funny to hear about while it lasted. Do I have this? I rather believe it's the guys doing the yard work howling when they successfully cut the grass. Yeah, that's it. Tournament power. You gotta really amp yourself up to get these trees on the ground. I can't find what I'm looking for. Maybe it was on my phone. I might have to check my phone for a moment. I'm gonna stop talking like that. Don't know why. That's gotten into my system. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't know if it's in my Pinterest actually. I might have saved it to my. I think it might have been from ArtStation actually. And if that's the case, it would definitely be from my. It would be on my phone. So I'll just hold this up for a second. The chat on my... Wait, maybe I saved it in ArtStation? We'll see what happened. My likes, perhaps? Oh, I found it. Nice. Yeah, this is the one. This one's more Norse inspired. I don't know if I can bring this up here. Let's see, though. Pardon. If I go to ArtStation on my PC, Artstown is how I've spelled it. Not correct. No, I have no chat open now. Go to my chat. Every website that has a sign in with Google option is the best website that's ever been made. I have a follower on ArtStation. Why? Are these one of these people that follows like a billion people? And expects to be followed back? Let me check. Oh yeah. They're following 483,000 people, so... I mean, they're being followed by 56,000 people, so I guess their strategy's working. Just having a bot automatically follow and like posts on ArtStation. But like, my god, following 483,000 people. Yes, 1,000. 483,000. That's impressive to me, even if they have a bot doing it for them. It's crazy. Alright, here's the design that I was trying to find. Where yet? Oh, it's a very high-res image. So yeah, we'll do something like this. We'll see if we can incorporate this into what I got going on here. Not the headband, but similar things. The kind of low-cut thing, we'll see if I can get that work without making it look too horny on main. That would be the idea. She's supposed to be a bit of a flirty character, but only to a particular other character in the comic. And I wanted to incorporate the fur because I like this whole thing going on. And some of these examples over here, you know, I got these guys. She will be, if I may spoil something, because who cares? You'll definitely forget by the time I release this part of the comic. So I think I'm fine saying this out loud. I don't think I care too much. Where is he? Oh, freaking find him. Did I do a sketch of this guy that was not dumb? Let me see if I can find him. I'll just pull up his iteration page. Here he is, or his ideation page. Love interest of this character, this man here. It's not going to be a romance-heavy pairing that they have here. Like, they will be. It's kind of like an old flame type situation, where he knew her and she knew him from a long time ago. Drifted apart, and then by the events of the story, they draw them back together. It's going to be a whole thing. It's going to be a neat plot point, in my opinion. But nobody's going to know until the moment arises. So she has, like, how does this sash design even work here? Over the shoulder, looks like it goes here, follows into that. And I think the fur would be woven on top? I don't know. Or is it just like, this is a very interesting design because I have no idea how it works. I don't even think the person who made this knows exactly how it works because they've obscured all the bits where it would be like converging and overlapping by this waist piece here, which is very clever if you don't know what you're doing. But they've made it work specifically because they've obscured all of that, and that's another interesting way to do it. I can't contest that they may or may not understand how the fabric overlapping down there would work because they've hidden it. Hidden it right from me, and I have no clue. Stop loading Clip Studios. Stop it. No, you're saving recovery information. I can't talk smack when it's saving recovery information because it gave me back something that was a lot of work recently. Are you quote-unquote buffing this character? Maybe. it is getting quieter again. I can hear myself once more. Thank the Lord. Thank Melora. It's interesting to balance this fur tapering off here. How's that sound? It picked up a little bit, I think, but not too much. As seems to be the theme for this stream. Can you tell I don't draw these that often? Can you tell I don't have them? They be cutting that grass again. Whoa, what are they doing out there? I was half considering not streaming today because I didn't know how loud the audio would be, but then I didn't stream yesterday because I slept through it because, you know, it just happens sometimes when you work full-time overnight jobs. Sorcery. Sword and sorcery. I'm reading JoJo right now. It's good. It's a good one. Which part you on? That's a good manga right there, even though it's so unconvinced. Weird. You wouldn't think it. Metal Sphere Race. Titanium Orb Jog. Very good one. Very good arc. That one. It's getting quiet again. Thank the Lord, I can hear my Dark Souls music. I haven't actually read that one all the way through. I've read part of that one, but my biggest sin as a JoJo fan is having not finished Steel Ball Run. And that's because mainly I was reading it off of pirated websites and I forgot what chapter I was on. So then I just kind of dropped it. It recently came out over here. I haven't even, like... I mean the translation. Yeah, I was watching pirated fan versions, basically, for a while. And not only was it probably wrong most of the time, but I did forget which chapter I was on. Same, yeah. Now, if the translation's out, let me see... let me look into that, like, literally right now. Steel Ball Run English manga. Oh yeah, you could buy that for sure. It's very expensive in paperback. Is this... No, this is the Japanese edition. Yeah, it's not even... You can buy the Japanese... There's the Spanish edition on JoJo's right there. Where's the English? They got French, Spanish, and Japanese. I started, then the translation team changed, and I got lost. Yeah. I did get lost once, and now I don't even know if I'll freaking ever get back to it. So they still haven't done an English release of this? Wow. Just the fan translation still. Interesting. Very lame, very stupid, but yeah. English fan translation. See if I can find one of those. They are very good. Okay, well, at least there's good people making the fan translations. Yeah, I was surprised to see there's not an English translation of this yet. Here's one from 2023. Steel Ball Run translated. Does anyone know when Viz Media are going to translate Steel Ball Run? Probably a few years. They haven't even finished the official translations for Part 5 yet. Oh my god. They are so behind. How does it take this long? I have a site if you want. I mean, you can send it, but I shouldn't. I'm very good at finding sites that I shouldn't be on. But if you have another one, I'm always open for options. It's inconsistent sometimes, whatever. Most of them are. Sometimes the sites I use get deleted and I need a new one, so if you have another option, I'll freaking take it. They started Stone Ocean last year. Chapter 70 comes out next week. Viz Media JoJo translation. By that I mean they changed translation teams, yeah. The official website for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Interesting. I had no idea. I didn't know what Viz Media was until like now. JoJo. Oh, they're releasing Thus Spoke Kishibe Rohan, the TV series. Why? JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 5, Golden Wind Volume 7. See, show me your volumes. Show what do they got? Part 5. Yeah, they're doing Part 5 right now. Thanks for the link, Matt. I'll be sure to put that in my bookmarks of websites that are very cool. Websites that allow me to row, fight the power. Which is to say, actually read these things. I wouldn't be able to read them otherwise, so I don't think it's illegal. Either I read it illegally or I learn Japanese, and one of those things is way harder to do. So, that's my excuse. Make learning Japanese easier, or convert it into English, and I will read it. I'm surprised there is a Spanish edition, though, and a French edition, but no English version. That's interesting to me. On Amazon, anyway. Freaking Viz Media. Taking for dang ever to get this stuff out there. Oh, they're the people in charge of Demon Slayer, too? Ah, well, I haven't seen it, nor will I ever see it, probably. You can do what you guys like, just the best one, dude. It's a good new shonen. I don't care. I don't care. I haven't even seen Jujutsu Kaisen either. Sue me. Oh, Claymore? Yo, hold on. Yo, they got Claymore? Excuse me? It's $200 for the full set. That hurt my soul to look at. And that's just paperback. It's $150 paperback. It's not even hardcover. Do they even have it hardcover? Probably not. But Claymore is a good series. That I'm for dang sure. Claymore hardcover. Yeah, sorry, this stream is mainly just me talking and looking on Amazon right now. But that's what this is. This is a podcast stream now. That's what you get. Until I go back, which is right now. Okay. I'm glad I didn't have it zoomed in completely on her breasts, because that might have looked a little sus. But I didn't, so it's fine. I just had it zoomed in on the fur. Probably should have checked that before I went off to a website gallivanting around. No, oh yeah. Unless you're remembering something, in which case I guess I can allow you to remember something if that's what that is. I've also been reading Dawn to Dawn. I've never heard of that one. I don't think. Let me see if I can jostle something by looking at it. UFO boy into you. When a boy into UFOs. Okay, I understand what they're saying. I was very confused for a minute. When a boy who likes UFOs collides with a girl into. The way they have decided to write this synopsis is the most confusing thing I have ever seen in my life. Let me try it one more time. When a boy into UFOs collides with a girl into ghosts, the universe will never be the same. I believe I saw you mention this in someone else's chat. I couldn't remember who, but yeah, it did look fun. So it seems like it could be interesting. Uh-oh. Where am I? Just looking at this man's hair, though, it does look very funny. Why is his hair that texture? It looks so weird. I read that one in the site I linked. Nice. I guess I can keep this one in my bookmarks as well. English publisher Viz Media. Viz Media, get away from manga. You clearly can't handle it. Freaking don't even know how to publish or translate anything. Stay away from my mangas. An episode came out like 2 days ago. An episode? Like a chapter? Because there's not an anime adaptation, is there? We're just talking mangas? Or is there an anime now? Chapter, sorry. No, it's good. I'm just making sure. Making sure I'm not confusing myself. Do a new layer real quick. Let's try this. Let's try starting from up here. Maybe that'll fix this horrible line I'm trying to draw. This no good parallel line. Ugh. I should really make a brush that's just like 2 dots, so that when I draw, I have the 3 first volumes in Spanish. The third one came out. Read the 3rd volume. Nice. They got volumes now. But I have to buy them like after 3 weeks because they don't put them on stock in the store I go to. Interesting. I haven't really bought a lot of manga. I've been thinking about buying the Zelda Twilight Princess manga because apparently it's very good. And it just finished recently. So it's all out there. I might as well get it at some point. And it would be fun to own, I think. And I don't think it's I think it's only 11 volumes, so to get the whole thing, it would be like $100, and it's like, yeah, that's $100, but I have $100 now, I can easily do that. Wouldn't even be a problem. The Zelda manga is good, I've heard. I haven't read it, though. I know there's a bunch of them, there's like Ocarina of Time and stuff, but apparently the best one, which I'm happy about because it's my favorite Zelda game, even still, is Twilight Princess, so... I'm glad that that one is apparently the GOAT in terms of Zelda mangas. I read the Ocarina one. I have not read any of them. Is Twilight Princess really good? I love that game. I've heard that other people have mixed feelings about it, but it is my favorite one. I played a bit of the GameCube version. I played the GameCube one. I played the Wii one. I never had a Wii U, so I haven't played that one. I don't think they released Twilight Princess HD on the Switch, unless they did. HD Switch. Did they do that? It doesn't look like it. So yeah, I didn't play the HD edition, and I probably wouldn't have, because they made the game look so weird in that version. I don't know why, but it looks so weird. No, sadly, yeah, that's what I'm discovering. I went to the shopping tab on Google. My older laptop couldn't deal with it on Cemu? Is that what they call it? On an emulator, I get it though, whatever platform you use. I just like the vibe. And Midna is the best side character in all of Zelda history. Screw the fairy. Unfortunate, and I hate saying this. Screw Linebeck. No, what are you saying? They couldn't have an old dolphin emulator. Okay. Cemu emulator, Wii U emulator, software to emulate Wii U games on PC. That could do that, but I don't think my computer could even handle that. I legitimately don't think my computer could run a Wii U emulator. Is a Wii U emulator, and I think I'll download it right now. I mean, if you can run that, sure, do it. I think I'll get back to drawing because I have not done a whole lot of that this stream. I've been a little distracted by quite a few things. A lot of big machinery. Right outside my window. I have the memory, but my graphics card is bad. What do you got specifically? Because if you have a graphics card and it's better than mine, but you say yours is bad, then I'll just give up on the idea of even running it right now. So what do you got? Let me know. Intel integrated graphics card. Have you like Have you downloaded anything so you can see what number it is or whatever? Like what iteration of that it is? Or do they only have like one? Is it just the Intel integrated graphics? Oh god, they're getting noisy again. Intel R, Iris R, Xe graphics. I shall look into this. Xe graphics. Comparison. Let's see what that does. What's the benchmark of the Intel Iris Xe? I mean, that graphics card, it says it came out in 2020, is that right? That seems like it would be pretty good. But I don't have one. You would know better than me. Good God, what are they doing out there? Oh, it's getting noisy out there. If it sounds like I'm shouting, that's because I am. I can't hear myself unless I do. It's good for like work things and the like. Yeah. I'm not really. I'm like halfway to being a PC guy. I know about PC stuff, but I don't know I don't know what like the quantifiable differences between an integrated graphics driver and a dedicated graphics card. I have no clue how much of a difference there is. It's good for like work things and the like, but for games it reaches like over 95. Yeah, I can imagine it'll get spicy. I just need a new computer, and luckily with this job I have, I might be able to do that eventually. So that's that. It would be so cool to have a new PC. Especially with this website my friend showed me. Where you can kind of get, it's not pre-built, like you can get people to basically build the PC for you, and it's still relatively cheap. I'll have to ask him about what website that was. So it's like half pre-built. It's kind of pre-built, but really it's still using a bunch of individual parts. You can basically customize your pre-built. My laptop is a work laptop and not a gaming one, so it was to be expected. Yeah, my computer, I think the only reason it's lasted as long as it has is because it was dedicated. It was made as a dedicated gaming PC. So even though this thing is from like 2012, it's still working. It's working as intended. For all of its faults, it was made to last. This one. And it has. Oh, my friend who is a PC guy just started playing Steam games and he just went online, so maybe I could ask him. Is there still Dark Souls? Nope, we're out of Dark Souls. Dark Souls 2 ambient sounds? Ask him, I will eventually. It's not like he's going anywhere. Can you play the main menu theme of 3? Yeah, we could do that. Let me just open her up. Where am I? I'm lost. Okay, I found myself. YouTube. I gotta open up a new tab. DS3 menu theme. High quality. Yeah, do that. Sure. You sound like you could be bumped up a little bit in the volume department. Let's try that. I know it will get louder because I know the Dark Souls 3 menu theme. It gets noisy. Oh, it's doing it. Quiet down. Should be fine there. It's auto-saving. Oh, my dogs are barking now too. Awesome, very pog. Just so many noises, so many fun sensations. I'm gonna throw myself out this window. Good God. Why does she pick up so much easier on the microphone? It's probably because it's a higher pitched noise. This stream is, for me, a personal hell. Like, it's probably not that bad to you, but where I am right now, this is a nightmare. I feel like I'm going insane. I gotta go get that. 1 sec. I'm back. I don't know if the barking will cease, but I addressed it for as short of a time as I could. Oh my god. Let me see if I can close my door. What an audio experience. Maybe I'll just mute for a bit. I'll unmute if I think of something to bring up. That appears to be the Dark Souls 3 theme. Okay. Flubbed that line as well. Can't say a single sentence. Oh, this Dark Souls ambience comes with seagulls instead of wolves. Very interesting. I do like that. The shrine in Dark Souls 2 is a beach, isn't it? Yep. So that makes sense. Wouldn't be too many wolves there. There were boars there, though. I do remember that. I drew this on the wrong layer. You go up here with all the other references. And it has a really good hub theme, the one we're listening to right now. The Majula theme, very relaxing. As I was saying, true Dark Souls 2 is the worst one because it's too unfair. It is the most unfair, and it is the worst one. But, that being said, with those two facts being true, it is still not a bad game. It is just very arcadey in its difficulty. Some stuff will just kind of happen to you occasionally, and you'll just kind of have to deal with it. Honestly, though, most of the times when that happens, it's an optional thing anyway, and you don't have to do it. Like a boss fight that is very annoying and seems unfair, you probably don't even have to do it. But sometimes it will be along the main path, and you'll just be like, well, how was I even supposed to deal with that? How would anybody deal with that the first time they see it? But the game is still very good. Being the worst Dark Souls game does not say a whole lot. It's still a very good experience. And I think most people generally agree with that statement these days. Nobody played Dark Souls 2 and went, I hate this game, it's terrible, unless they were insane. Or they didn't like Souls games to begin with. In which case, why are you playing the second one? So maybe they are just insane. Yeah, not a big fan of Dark Souls. I played the first one and hated it. Now I'm playing the second one. Wow, weird. Still hate it. Yeah, those people probably exist, and they probably did play Dark Souls 2. Probably plenty of reviews from people like that online. I will say I had my first, well, this is just bullshit moment playing Zelda Tears of the Kingdom today. I won't spoil it, but there is an enemy type in Tears of the Kingdom, and it is very annoying to deal with them. They are a world boss, so there's a few of them spread out across the land. And when I fought them, I was like, I hate every moment of this. I hate it so much. I like Dark Souls 3 because the armor is cool. The armor is very dope in Dark Souls 3. I made many fashion sets in Dark Souls 3, I remember that. What happened? The Dragoon? It was indeed one of the Dragoons. The freaking Dragoons got me. Well, they were in the trailer, so I guess it's not too much of a spoiler. Yeah, the Three-Eyed Dragon. In fact, one of them did get me. And I was I was probably facing him way earlier than you're supposed to. Because every time he hit me, it was most of my heart containers disappearing. So, and my armor is very not upgraded yet, so... It probably is a little bit my fault, but I got very determined to kill one of them. And I did. So, it's dead. I killed him, one of them. They seem annoying to deal with. They are so annoying. And that is really just the best word for it. There's not a single better word in the English lexicon that could describe it. I've looked. I found a few close contenders: repulsive, frustrating, evil, nefarious. Nope. Annoying is the perfect word. A nuisance? They might be a bit of a nuisance. With their tomfoolery and whatnot. I'll keep that one in the back pocket. What do we got going on here? They really accentuate the hips here by keeping this waist piece very close to the vest, so to speak. So I will do the same. Man, seagulls do suck. I will just say that. I don't think anyone will disagree with me. If anyone out there has a pet seagull, just know I will find you, and I will make your life miserable. I'll know, too. They're so loud, you couldn't hide it from me. I'll be like, do you have a seagull? They'll be like, no, and then you'll just hear that noise. They're horrible squawking. And they do it like 40 times in a row, so you wouldn't even be able to hide it from me. I'd know immediately. The moment I walk within 3 miles of your house. And if you did have a particularly silent seagull, I would be able to bait it out with a single french fry. It wouldn't even be hard. Luring those things is probably the easiest thing I could do. Rats with wings. I'm almost... So, at Tears of the Kingdom, I have beaten, I think, all of the dungeons. I've beaten the first 4. I don't know if there's more, and if there are, no spoilers. But I feel like I'm progressing fairly quickly, because I have no life to the game for multiple days at this point. I'm assuming there's more, because that would just make sense. I'm also wondering what DLC for that game's going to be like, because you know that game's getting DLC. Did you see the announcement Nintendo put out? The game has already sold 10 million copies. That's nuts. Like Christ. Already 10 million? Jesus Christ, how do you do that? Nintendo made so much money with that game already. And it's going to make so much more over the years. Like, my god. What was the lifetime sales of Breath of the Wild? Breath of the Wild. It's been 6 days. I know! Breath of the Wild has sold almost 30 million copies, and Tears of the Kingdom has a third of that in 6 days. What has happened? I don't even know. Oh my god. It's so funny to me that Mario, I spoiled it a bit, but Nintendo's most popular game, basically ever, is their kart racing game. It's like one of the best-selling games of all time, and it's Mario Kart 8. Like, how does that happen? And Breath of the Wild is still selling. That's true. It's definitely going to break 30 million. 7 days ago it says it's at 29.8, and now with this new Zelda game, it's definitely going to break 30 million at some point. Tears of the Kingdom is going to freaking explode. It's already at 10 million, it says 10 million in 3 days? That's so nuts! I don't think they're ever going to go back to a traditional Zelda game, though, is the thing. With Breath of the Wild type, with open world Zelda selling like this, I don't know if they're ever going to go back to a traditional Zelda game, and I'm a little saddened by that. Maybe a spin-off at the very least, you know? Like, I don't know. But with how successful open world Zelda has been, they literally could not. I could not see them making a financial decision as risky as, maybe if we just release another traditional Zelda. They'd be like, they smack him in the back of the head, excuse me? Did you see what the last one did? The open world one? We're gonna do that again, obviously. We're gonna keep doing that. Until they don't sell 4 billion copies. You idiot. What's wrong with you? Of course we're gonna make another open world Zelda. And it's a little saddening for me, because I do enjoy the traditional Zelda format. It's obviously what got me into the franchise, because that's all that was there before. And I would say even with how cool these new games are in this open world format, I still prefer the traditional Zelda format. And I wouldn't mind seeing it again. With the more curated dungeon experiences, and the dungeon items that are used in unique ways. As opposed to just getting all the tools at the beginning of the game, like with the runes and what have you. And then just having to use them however you need to. In whatever area you stumble upon, you know, I like the progression of the older games. What can I say? I'm old-fashioned. I don't like this zoomer instant gratification slams gray hairs on table, where they just give you all the powers at the start, and then you gotta, it's up to you to figure out how to use them. I wonder if that was actually a factor in like a deciding factor in giving people the powers at the beginning. If somebody in the Nintendo meeting room was like, well, the kids these days, they don't like waiting for stuff, so we'll just give them all the powers at the start. I actually am half wondering if that happened in a Nintendo investor meeting or something. Some design meeting, some meeting that they would have had. The kids these days with their gacha games, they just want everything at the beginning. They don't know how to unlock stuff anymore. Got a weird craving for chocolate milk. I would, well, now I have one, so freaking thanks. No, I don't even think we can make it. Do I have chocolate syrup in my house? I don't know. My friend who's into PCs is playing Space War. What game is that? I've never heard of it. Probably sucks. No, it's probably fine. Probably comes some type of simulator game. He does like playing those. Every time he's on Steam, it's either like it's something I've never heard of, or it's a car simulator. Like BeamNG or something. I'm very into those type of games. I've never played BeamNG, but it does look like a fun little physics simulator. I use chocolate powder. Chocolate powder, I'm assuming. Is the N? Yeah, the N is next to the spacebar. I'm just checking your to make sure. I always do that for myself and with other people. I see what the typo is, and I look at the keys to see what they could possibly have tried to type instead. And I'm like, oh yeah, that could totally be what they meant to do. I've never used powder for chocolate milk. Actually, that's not true. I have used powder for chocolate milk. I prefer the syrup for chocolate milk because the powder, for me anyway, I never mix it in all the way, so there's usually just some powdery stuff at the bottom. And that's just like not pleasant as a drinking experience for me. As compared to syrup. So I use syrup. Poisonally. I'm back from getting milk. Welcome back. With your powdered milk. Wow, they're really picking up on the mic now, aren't they? That's probably the most I've ever seen OBS pick that up before. It's getting real hot and heavy out there. They're cutting through the entire center of the world right now. They got a big old chainsaw they're using to do that. I thought they were just trimming branches off of trees. Apparently they decided they're going to have to cut through the Earth's core to do that. They got to destabilize the atmosphere and our magnetic fields to do it. So, you know, I guess we just have to let them. We got fur around here. Let's try that and see if we can get that to work. This will be very hard to keep this shape looking good, but I've dedicated myself to doing it. I think we can sort of shrink the pants a bit, just a little bit, so that it looks better in the fur there. Not too much though. I like the look where it fans out like this. The traditional hakama. Hakama? Hakama? I don't know. I'm not Japanese, nor do I know how things are pronounced in Japanese. I'm not Japanese, I just draw like I'm from there, or heavily inspired by that certain art style that shall not be mentioned directly. For fear of being called a weeaboo, or an old taco. Oh, no! Don't say that. I can't take it. What is the difference between what? Between a weeb, a weeaboo, and an otaku. A weeb is just a short form of weeaboo. And that means that you are obsessed with Japanese culture. It can be any element of it. It could just be like the food, the architecture, the the nature of it, like the cherry blossoms that they got over there, or whatever type of flora and fauna they got. It's just a very generic way of saying that you're obsessed with Japanese culture to a degree where it's like disrespectful. Like you're obsessed with Japanese culture, but in a way that is like not representative of the actual. It's like if somebody were to come into America wearing a big old cowboy hat and just start speaking in a southern accent all the time. It's like, sure, that's like partially American culture, but you've exaggerated it to the point where you seem like obsessive about it, and it's almost like a satire or parody. And an otaku is just someone who is obsessed with anime, specifically anime and manga culture. It's just that one element. So you can be an otaku and a weeaboo, or you could just be like an otaku. You can be an otaku without being a weeaboo. Like you could just be obsessed with anime and not Japan. Like that's a thing. But usually there's some overlap between the two. Or do you just want to read some cool manga? Then you're just a guy. Or a girl, or anything otherwise inclined. Anybody otherwise inclined, I should say. You just want to read some cool mangas, that's fine, as long as you're not obsessive about it to the point where it affects you or people around you. Then you're not an old taco. But yeah, weeaboo is basically just someone who likes Japanese culture and sometimes gets it wrong. That's what it's colloquially understood to be. I'd like borderline stereotype, I think, is inherent within the meaning weeaboo. Like you'll fall victim to highlighting stereotypes if you are one. If you have like legitimate respect for the culture and you display it properly, then you're probably not going to get called a weeaboo. Like if you're a historian with a particular emphasis of study in Japanese history, you're probably not a weeaboo. You're probably just a guy that likes Japanese history. But if you're walking around, I don't know, in like a full-on geisha outfit for no reason, that's probably a weeaboo. I don't even know why you would wear one of those. Just to do that. Seems like way too much work. Of all the stereotypes you could choose to adopt, that one is probably the most labor-intensive. You gotta do all the face makeup, you gotta do all the fancy ornamental jewelry and the hair and the robes. It's like, it's too much work. Just walk around with a katana like the rest of us. I mean, them. Sweats. I don't actually own a katana. My friend owns some swords, but he doesn't own a katana, and that's the only sword guy I know. Another friend of mine, not the computer friend guy, but a different friend guy, owns swords. He's more into like the medieval type stuff, the Western medieval stuff. So broadswords and things like that. Chainmail, I believe he does own chainmail. I think he wore it to school once when we had like some Halloween thing going on in high school. Whoa, what the heck is going on here? He definitely did not bring a sword into school, though, I can tell you that much. That would have probably not gone over very well, I don't think. I would have thought it was cool, and maybe a little bit funny. Because I know he wouldn't attack somebody with it. But, you know, you can't run the risk of having a real sword in school. That's kind of it is dangerous to just have one of them. Just around, so, you know, probably it's a good call. Another thing I wanted to ask, does poison resistance really work in Dark Souls 3? It works better than it does in Dark Souls 1. And Dark Souls 2 for that matter. But it's still not you shouldn't rely on it. Because poison swamps are the bane of my existence. Yeah, it's still going to be a poison swamp. You can't really do much to get around that. But poison resistance does help. I put like the highest poison resistance armor I had. I mean, yeah, you're still gonna get poisoned, for sure. You gotta either power through it with heals. Within like 30 seconds, I was dying. Yeah, or you gotta get some of that purple moss. I was dying of poise, all capital. That poise, P-O-I-S-O-N. But yeah, if you're in Farron Keep, which you probably are, because you're talking about the Abyss Watchers and Poison Swamps, it's you really just kind of got to figure out with a little bit of trial and error where you're supposed to go. What is this line? Where did this come from? Now I'm debating on whether I want to keep the sleeves or not. I think we can safely, though, amp this up and then erase most of the bod. Actually, do I have any more of the body templates? I should keep one of them at least semi-intact if I don't have any of the other ones. Yeah, I think I have a... Oh, wait, hold on. What about under here? Do you have a body? Did I keep yours? It doesn't look like I did, actually. Alright, I should actually... In light of that, I should keep the body. Because I don't have another one. Alright, so where is your body, lady? There it is. I'm gonna draw in your legs again. I don't really know if I need the feet. Sorry, I lied. I'm an incorporeal force. What do you mean? Are you alright? Did you get poisoned? In real life? Yes, oh no, I'm so sorry. It's probably that dang milk. You know, dairy is not good for you in the long term. And neither is sugar, so chocolate milk. You drink too much of that. Definitely gonna have, like, at least a stomachache. Maybe. And that's just tragic to hear. Normally my mother, when she leaves to go back to work from her lunch break, which she shows up at home for, she will say, try to get some sleep because my job is at the overnight hours. But today, she didn't say that. And it probably has to do with the fact that she knew these people with this loud-ass equipment would be here for the next 4 hours, so I couldn't even sleep in this house if I wanted to. So it's a good thing I usually ignore her when she says that. And I live stream. Because today it would have been particularly a waste of my time. Would have just been lying around being like, I really can't sleep with all this noise. Alright, so she has a body now. Good. Good. Alright, now we can just copy paste that. Move it somewhere. I don't freaking... Here, you just... hide over here. Perfect. Bye. And now we can go back to this. Can make this hua. We can go back to this. We can erase what I wanted to erase in the first place. Just spitting bars on accident now. Erase what I wanted to erase in the first place. Watch out, Eminem. That's all I gotta say. I think they might finally be done. Logisner? Hello, welcome in. You can tell me how to pronounce your name if none of those were correct, by the way. How's it going? How are you? What have you been doing? If you're keen to talk about it, because what I've been doing has been character designing. And when I'm not character designing, I've been playing, of course, and I can't stream it. New phone, who dis? I don't know. This is me, Zotan. I'm an art streamer who's been playing way too much Legend of Zelda recently. Me and everybody else. By the looks of it, I can't watch like half of my followed streamers list because they're all playing this dang video game. And I can't spoil it for myself. I could spoil it for myself, but why would I do that? This game's taken like 18 million years to come out. I would never. I see it's looking nice, thank you. If you're interested, these character designs are part of a comic that I'm making. That will be out eventually. It's going to be a web comic. You could definitely read it online. I don't know when it's going to be out, but it'll take a while. If you want to see some other stuff I've been doing, I have other character designs from previous streams. This is one I had. Ignore the computer. This is what my computer actually looks like, with the eyeball included, for sure, definitely. But this is this is a Huntress character design. She has a name. Her name's Blair. And I got one other iteration page that I've been doing recently. So over here, this is the pro tag of the thing I'm going to be making. An elven lady. So this was the base design. I've been reworking a lot of these. So you can see the little arrow. I had this, and now we have this, which I do think is a better design. So that's the whole point of these iteration streams. Wow, I appreciate it. Unless that was a wow of like, wow, really? An elven lady? No. That'd be so funny if I just interpreted a wow of someone enjoying the art for someone being like, wow, just like sarcastically. Muscle's cool, absolutely. Wow, she is up. I know you're not saying it sarcastically, but I'm just gonna interpret it comedically for a bit. Her hair is very large. You'll notice that if you see my character designs, they do got big hair. This lady has the most restrained hair that I've drawn in a while. And it's braided, so who knows? It unbraided, her hair might be gargantuan. And for the sake of me having a consistent character as a human being, sorry, as a goblin, yeah, her hair when unbraided, huge. So that I have a consistent philosophy. I'm very into the 80s anime hair, which is very large. Also, yeah, sorry if you hear yard work noises today. This is not normal for my stream if they pick up on mic. Today is a very special day where yard work has been going on for like the past 4 hours around my house. And there's just chainsaw noises going on all over the place. But I thank you for stopping by the stream. Do you do art yourself? I always wonder that for people who wander into this stream. Is this horror projector or tour job? I'm not familiar with what those are. Let me look that up. Horror projector or tour job? Yeah, I'm not sure what you mean. Sorry about my English, no worries. Do you mean is this my job, as in doing art? Because if that's your question, then no. I do not do art for a living. I wish I did, but I don't. Zotan, did you see that guy? What guy? What guy, Mask? Who? You know. I don't know what you're talking about. The fella. What are you talking about? You're not allowed to be cryptic in my stream. It makes me confusing. It makes me confusing? It does make me confusing. It also makes me confused. I'm probably the worst person for anyone with English as their non-first language to to watch, because I say so many things wrong. I'm so stupid. As long as you don't copy anything that I say, you're probably good. That man, Guilty Gear Strive, GGS, Guilty Gear Strive news? What's going on? Asuka's coming in. Nice. I didn't see that. Asuka R sharp. That's interesting. They look pretty dope, I will say that. 26 different spells that they can use in a match, that's nutty. I will have to watch some of the gameplay footage if any came out later. But no, I had completely missed that. I haven't kept up with Guilty Gear Strive in a bit. I've been waiting for Street Fighter V to come out so I can play anything. Anything that is a fighting game again. I have to solely dedicate myself to one fighting game at a time, so I can't get back into Guilty Gear now. It would be wasteful. All of my mental effort would be expended on that game. Are you streaming from the past? No. I don't think I am. I gotta tell you. What are you talking about? Some people won't be happy with Street Fighter. Did I say Street Fighter 5? If I did, I meant Street Fighter 6. And you knew that, and it's rude to call me out if you're doing that. If I could go back to the past and tell people about Street Fighter V and to just save their money, I would. I would do it, even if it ruins the chance of Street Fighter 6 in the future. I would tell them, don't waste it, just let Capcom burn. Just buy the Monster Hunter games. Yeah, I knew, of course you did. You freaking, this guy's trying to get me. I can't wait to stop streaming and then immediately go play Zelda again, so I don't have to deal with you. No, it's fine. It's fine, he said begrudgingly. I still haven't started Iceborne. It's a good one. It's a good experience. It's a very good game. It's even good solo. Because of all the updates they put out that were specifically like, we're making the game soloable. And it's like, oh, nice. After I beat all the content. How nice of you. But yeah. You can solo most of Iceborne now, if not all of it. Very comfortably. Which is good. I actually prefer that they did that, as opposed to not doing it. Although, I think the raid bosses were interesting as a concept. I'm kind of glad they're not required anymore. Let's see if we can clean up her arm. I would like to do that. Stop barking. My dogs. Please. Just a moment of silence is all I ask. In remembrance of when it was quiet around here. I live in the suburbs. This is the most noise that ever happens here. It's when we have freaking yard work going on. Still barking. And I know they show up on mic, because for some reason my microphone is very keen to pick up dog noises. Not as much chainsaw noises I've learned today, but it still loves picking up dog noises. I'm assuming it's because their barks are high-pitched. It's gotta be it. A higher frequency. Almost go. They have given me the task to wash the dishes and pots. Good luck to you. Make sure to use scalding water. Don't actually do that. I feel like I would be liable if you did. But good luck, my friend. Failure is not an option. Do not burn your hands. It was a bit. But yeah, have a good one, Mask. Thanks for stopping in again. Always appreciated. Have a good time drawing? I will try. In the midst of all of this volume. Clip Studio's auto-saving now, as it usually does. It's my favorite Gabino. Welcome in, Hal. Or I better be the only Gabino that you know now. In fact, the more you know, the more that is a compliment. So I hope you know like billions of Gabinos. I hope you hang out with them on the regular. And that I am still the favorite in spite of that. As long as you're not happening upon Honey Goblin's live stream like some kind of traitor. I like this fake beef that I've formed with Honey Goblin, a person who will likely never know I even exist. But they are the only other Goblin art streamer that I know of, so... I know like 6 of them. You know like 6 Gabinos? I only know of Honey Goblin. And she has no idea who I am. And I think it's funnier that way. Apparently goblins are common. Are they common? I wouldn't know. I don't actively search, I guess. In the VTubing space? I could see it. It has its niche. I mean, I fell into it. Here I am. I'm a goblin. Look at me. I steal stuff, and I'm gross. A little green man. I'm in jail. Usually. The majority of them are so generic. Am I generic? You can be honest with me. I mean, at the very least, I think I'm stereotypical. I got a big old honking nose. I'm green. I'm bald, mostly. I don't think most goblins have, like, luxurious locks, unless they're the female goblins. Then they usually got some kind of hairdo. Now, you got a lore? I do have a lore. And an allure that I can't quite explain. I just have that kind of charisma. I'm a Casanova, what can I say? They don't even do lore, they're just goblins because it's cool. I am a goblin because it's hard. Because I was born this way, and in this world it's goblin or be goblin. I'm not sure what that last part means. This hand looks whack, by the way. I need to fix this. But yeah, I did like building a theme for my guy. It's not entirely fleshed out yet, but Goblin in jail, except for when he's streaming because he breaks out to do so, I think is a pretty fun theme to start it off. I don't know if I'll ever do like a full-on breakdown of the story, quote-unquote, for this character, but maybe for someday. I'm going to assume that last part means 4, and I don't like it. You are free to not like it. I also don't like it. I don't know if that's what it meant, but if that is what it meant, and I said it, so it's weird that I don't know, then I wouldn't like it either. Freaking 4. This hand looks so bizarre. Get out of here. I don't like it. I liked the other one better before I cleaned it up. I don't know why this gestural hand looks so much better than all the ones I try to draw over it, but we're just going to take it. We're going to copy and paste it again, and we're not going to clean it up. This isn't a hand drawing stream. This is a character design iteration stream. So we'll just take this and move it over here. We'll just leave it unclean. A dirty hand, if you will. It'll also be the Goblin Slayer of being Goblin. And I don't think the majority of people won't like it. You don't think they won't like that? Now there's double negatives, and I don't know how to think. Here, hide this, this. What is this layer? Oh, you're this. Okay. Alright, here's her very gestural hand. Just ignore the fact that it looks less clean than everything else. It's okay, I am tired. I got like 3 hours of sleep. Yo, same. We're running on fumes right now. Except I have to go to work at like, you know, in like 7 hours. So I probably should sleep more before then. I had to get rid of my last puppy and I miss her. Do you breed them? Or was it just like a thing that happened between other dogs you had and they had a litter and then you had to get rid of them? What's the story there? I'm curious. Not intent. So it was one of those unintentional litters, I see. Yeah, that do be happening sometimes. And I can imagine it's lame. My dog got pregnant from another dog when I was having an appointment to get her fixed. Yeah, I can imagine that's lame, because then for a while you just have a house full of puppies, and that's adorable. but like you can't look after a litter of new puppies in most cases. So yeah, I can imagine that being kind of a whole lame situation. So I'm sorry that you had to get rid of them. But I'm sure it was nice while it was a thing. I'm cleaning up the hand again. I gotta stop cleaning up. It always looks worse when I fully clean up the hand. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna move out. I'm gonna move on. It was nice. I can imagine. A house full of puppies. There are few greater joys, I think. There's your arm, lady. A hassle, but the house felt too busy and full. Yeah. I think we'll try the sleeves on again. I do like these thin, like, black sleeves that she's got going on there. They help differentiate her from similar characters. It's a nice arm there. It'd be a shame if someone cut it off. Maybe I'll do it. Whoa, look at this graphic, intense gore that I've drawn. Oh my god, no! That makes me angry. And that's how you do character design, everybody. That's a character arc in 5 seconds. And people said I'm not good at writing. Nobody said that. I don't know why they would. I haven't released anything. But if they did say that, they would probably be right. But yeah, that's going to be the whole character. Actually, her arm isn't cut off, but this guy's is. And I'll show it in a second. Give me a minute. There's not going to be gore on screen, don't worry about it. But this guy's arm got cut off, so I guess it's kind of relevant. See, look, there's nothing there. If you look closely, you'll notice there's no arm there. Really zoom in on that with your magnifying glasses, everybody. Well, I hope he's not right-handed. Here's the thing, he was. That is actually canonical to the character. He was right-handed. Not anymore. So every time he uses his sword, it's technically his offhand now. Which he uses in spite of that. Just a little bit of a, you know, it's another detail. If you want your character to be like a struggler and a survivor, which is kind of what this guy's supposed to be, just that little extra detail is interesting. It's like, ooh, he's fighting using his offhand? That's crazy. And he's still this strong? That's nuts. It's just a little thing. Time to get a hook. He should. He should get a hook. He should get a prosthetic hook. You can use. There we go. Big old cartoonish. You know, it's not cartoonishly big enough, actually. And there now, it's an anime character design. Perfect. Like a goddamn wheat sickle. And I mean sickle for cutting wheat, not a wheat popsicle, which sounds disgusting. Good God, could you imagine? A wheat popsicle. That's like the most depressing thing I've ever imagined for myself in my entire life. It sounds like one of those things that would show up in a cartoon to show that a kid's parents are super strict about their whole lifestyle. Like the protagonist meets one of the side characters' parents, and they go in there and they're just like weirdly strict about everything, and they have wheat sickles. Because sugar is not allowed in the house. Japanese have wheat ice cream? That doesn't surprise me. Are we out of Dark Souls music? Give me Dark Souls music more. I need more. There we go. I know they have green tea ice cream, and that always sounded interesting. I did always want to try that. I'm sure we have that, like in the States. It probably wouldn't even be that hard to find because it just sounds good. Americans have barley ice cream, do we? Why? Barley ice cream. We do. Why? This says Great British Chefs, though. This sounds like it does sound like a British invention. Tastes like beer? I've never had beer. I'm a straight-laced individual. But I do know what beer smells like, so I can get an idea from that. It does seem interesting. Maybe I'll consider making it one day. Considering when I looked up barley ice cream, the only thing that shows up are recipes on how to make it. Nobody actually sells this stuff. So it is something you're going to have to make yourself, apparently. And there's no alcohol, so it's even nasty. It tastes nasty. I see. I would give it a shot, I think. I don't know why, but I think I would. Preheat the oven. You know this ice cream recipe is going to be whack when the first step is to preheat your oven. That just doesn't seem right. Alright, we're going to be making ice cream. First step, boot up the hottest thing in your kitchen. Get that thing to 170 degrees Celsius. Sure you can find it at an ice cream parlor like I did? I don't know. I legitimately have never heard of this until today, so I don't even know if they would have it. But yeah, maybe. Maybe I could find it. I haven't really, I've never been too adventurous with ice cream flavors. It's something I want to try more of. Because I usually only defaulted for like my main three. You got chocolate chip cookie dough, you got mint chocolate chip, and then my third one, peanut butter swirl, of course. Those are my main three. Anything else, I'm never really adventurous when it comes to ice cream. I see something like, you know, you got all these fancy looking names. Salted caramel coffee ice cream. I'm like, I don't know. That's too many flavors for me, dude. Like, I can't do that. Anything with more than 2 flavors, a little too much for me usually. But I would like to try more in the future. Like matcha ice cream. I've heard that as a thing, and I don't even know what matcha tastes like. I've never had it. I'm not even entirely sure what it is. But I've heard that has been made into ice cream, and ever since I've heard of that, I've been interested. My favorite ice cream is sea salt caramel coffee ice cream. I don't know if you're messing with me. But if that's real, then that's very funny that I brought that up immediately. Matcha is a rice snack. Interesting. Japanese. Yeah, I don't know too much about any of them. Oh, this is the one I was thinking of. This one that I'm thinking of is spelled this way. I just looked it up to see if I could figure out what it was. This is what I'm talking about. It says it's ground up green tea leaf. So I guess when I said I might try green tea ice cream. This is what it would be. It's just green tea powder. So it's still probably Japanese, but I don't know. Traditionally consumed in East Asia. Could be Japanese. So there's just a lot of Japanese influence going around here. Japanese rice snack. I was the one who spelled it wrong? Oh, okay. So it's the same thing? I thought it was a different thing you were talking about. Because this here says it's green tea leaves as a powder. A savory ending, interesting. Not too sure about that. I don't really like savory in my dessert, but you know, friggin' whatever, dude. I don't really eat like buckwheat crepes or something like the French. It's a rice dough hammered in with other stuff I see. There are a green tea flavor, red bean flavor, and other Japanese flavorings. So it's kind of like a cider type deal, where they make a bunch of different kinds of it. But the most common one is like apple cider, so everyone only knows it for the apple cider. I think I'm picking up on it now. Got various flavors. Yeah, okay, I see. I'm getting it now. I'm becoming less ignorant as an American. It's very difficult for me, but sometimes it does happen. I learn something. And I'm like, oh, it's crazy. Green tea is the original flavor, I believe. That's probably why everyone's talking about it then. Excuse me, this music seems loud? Would you shut, like, a little bit? Just a little bit, please. Since rice dough has no flavor at all, yeah, I can imagine just leaving it as rice dough would be a little disappointing, a little dispressing, is what I said. But what I meant was depressing. Dispressing. What was I even trying to say? I don't know. The mental dyslexia is getting worse, I think, and I don't know why. Dispressing. Distressing? No. Bland rice dough would not distress me. I would be very sad though. But I wouldn't be stressed out. It's like the onigiri or the rice balls, yeah. It's all about the fillings or the flavorings. I'd say we are almost done with this character design. How much time we got? Oh, we got plenty of time. What have I got time to kill? Or time to spare? Have I talked about that on stream before? I feel like I did. Where it's weird that we talk about time to kill and time to spare. Like, are you killing the time or are you going to spare? Why do we show some time mercy and other time brutality? Something to think about. But don't, because it's pointless. Plain sucks, so they add other flavor to it, like pickled plums, red bean paste, seaweed, chips. I've made a bento box with rice balls before, used tuna. It does seem like the kind of thing that's more of a vessel for the flavorings or fillings. Like how celery is a vessel for peanut butter. And we all know this to be true. No one eats celery by itself. Or sushi is a vessel for other things. Or the rice would be a vessel for the other things, more specifically. Rice is just a bed you put other food on before you send it off to bed in your mouth. The time you kill is to make time go faster, where the time to spare is the time to relax. Now that's an interesting philosophy. I had not considered that. But it does make sense. Good, like, is that showing up on mic? Oh yeah. Yeah, that's definitely showing up there. Okay. Oh my god. My house. They're cutting into the house. Oh no, they're gonna cut the whole thing in half. They're not, but it sounds like they are. This is the worst stream I've ever done. You know what the sad thing is? That's actually not true. Are you being robbed? No, there's yard work happening, but they've been doing it for hours, and it's so noisy. And for some reason, it's still not the worst stream I've done. Some of the worst streams I've done, I think, are the ones where I just was like so tired, and I still decided to go live anyway. And I usually, for those streams, I just went live for like an hour, said barely anything, and then just said I was tired and then stopped the stream. Those are my worst streams, I think. Luckily, I haven't had one of those in a while. But yeah. It sounds like it. I know it sounds like it, but I'm not being robbed, I swear. The dogs barking and the machinery noises and the banging. It's completely harmless, I'm sure. I think. Probably. Oh no, there's a tangent here that makes me angry. It's confusing the sense of depth within the piece. I hate that. Did my music stop? No, it did the thing again. I get pranked every time with this video. It's just it's just silence and then the music starts. I don't know why it does it. Did I draw this as a separate line? No, of course not. Here, why don't you do that? There you go. That's thinner, I think. Does it even move? That's probably more in line with where it should be. So what weapon? You mean for this character? I will wait for confirmation. Or denial, depending. Or what weapon am I fending off these people with who are robbing my house? Yeah, okay, so this character, I drew it over here. If you can you see it behind my wall of references? It's right there, very clear to see. No. It's gonna be like this fireworks cannon launcher kind of deal. Loosely inspired by Brusque rifles in general, and also the firework explosions from Mulan, because I think obviously that inspires so many things. Something like this. A medieval Chinese rifle, something to that effect. Yeah, I tried looking for something that was historically accurate. There's not too many examples of this, so I'm gonna have to deviate a little bit. But something to the effect of some kind of firework launcher that I'm gonna do here. You know, you got your lock mechanism here, you pop it open. It'll load it in here or something like that. Flip it up. The match will go inside the whatever this thing is called. The flash mechanism, I don't know. And it'll shoot out there, pew! And it'll shoot the whatever the projectile is gonna look like. I don't freaking know. But yeah, this is the idea. In fact, I'll just copy this onto a different layer so that I can have it for reference in the future. You can go up here. Yeah, her character melding pot of inspiration has definitely been around northern Asia. Northeastern. You got a bit of Chinese influence, some of the northern provinces there, a bit of Mongolian influence over here. I mean, I could just bring this up and it's pretty self-explanatory. And then a little bit of Eboshi, because she's cool. And I think her character type, her personality, and her storyline, which I can't break down all of in the stream because obviously that's what the comic is for. I think it shares similarities to Eboshi, and I wanted somebody with a similar visual language, so I decided that I would use her as at least a little bit of influence. In fact, the name Zaasha is actually, it's derived from the name Zasha, which doesn't have an apostrophe. And this means defender of the people. It's a Russian name. So she is Azula then? No, not really. Azula is more like a psychopath. An irredeemable psychopath. This one's more of a good lady. Part of the protagonist squad, at least for a bit. She'll be a side character. I feel comfortable saying that much. I've drawn all of this on the wrong layer. Give me the right layer, please. Oh, so she's going to die? No. 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 Hello, Goblin Man. Hello, Bird Lady. Are you out of state right now? Or your home state, I should say? Is this when you said you would be going to conventions? Swan? Side characters always die? Well, not mine. I'm going to subvert expectations. My characters are all going to live. Nobody's going to die. There's going to be no stakes, actually. It's going to be the most boring comic anyone's ever read. Just so I can be subversive. Tense, dramatic conflict and build-up resolution. Nobody dies. How do you like that? I'm technically in my state still, but we'll be out of the state in an hour. I'm at the airport. I see. Put me on speaker and let me yell throughout the airport, and I promise not to embarrass you even a little bit. I dare you. You won't. Put me at max volume. She's got a gun! Did that work? Did it work? No, you only get the earbuds plan. It's for the best, honestly. I almost just got you arrested if you followed through with anything. You guys are going to want to search this one suitcase at least a couple extra times, I'm thinking. Who knows what you're going to get with this one? Come on, just like 5 seconds on speaker, that's all I need. So there's this thing called Twitch. Yeah, this is you with the TSA agent trying to explain what the heck's going on. So this person that I was friends with was trying to convince you in the air that I had a weapon when I actually did. Was being the operative word here. How loud is this music here? Now that I can hear myself, I mean, I need to... Yeah, it looks fine. Maybe a little quiet, actually. I don't know. Let's turn it up a little bit. Very soon to be former. Ain't that just the way? Swan, how do you like the character? Now that you're here, I can just ask questions. A lot of them. I'll ask so many. How does anyone like the character? However, how do you like the character? I don't think I asked. I think the only person I asked was Log Isner. Hopefully I pronounced their name correctly. And that's just because they were a first-time chatter, and I felt I wanted to hear their opinion. I wanted to see what they thought. It's not every day you get new eyes on your stuff. Huh? What? Let's see her. Alright, let me do this. These are the two good designs, I will say. Just focus on these ones. Can I zoom in like a little bit? That's a lot of bit. Just a... No! There we go. These ones. Zoom out. I was working on it. This is what we got so far. There's a bit of Mongolian, northern China, Japan. That's some Russian influence in there. She looks like a lady. She is in fact a woman. Emphasis on the wo. I like the middle one. The middle one's pretty neat. Although, it's technically not the middle. There is a fourth one over here, but we don't talk about that one. That's why it's behind the mood board. But yeah, the middle one's a cool design so far. I like the neutral palette. Listen, I haven't put color on this yet, so I can't tell if you're joking with me on purpose or not. I don't know. Mongolian, huh? Yep, that's, I got some Mongolian influence in here. I had no idea that this manga, by the way, if I can, go here for a second. That this one right here was Mongolian influenced until today, when I looked up Mongolian traditional clothing on Pinterest and I found a bunch of these panels showing up. And this one over here too. But it makes a lot of sense in hindsight. I see Bride Story, yeah, that's the one. I didn't know it was even anything. I know nothing about Bride Story, and now I know a little bit about Bride Story, which is that it's got Mongolian influence. Neutral palette is nice. But should add a tan. I didn't add color yet. Would you all be quiet? I can't focus with you people saying dumb shit. Not. Did I just leave the red lines over there? Why did I leave that? Just delete this layer. The neutral palette when I have gray here. If you're gonna make a Mongolian lady, she's gonna have some fancy patterns and jewelry. I know, I'm working on it. Can't you see the patterning that I'm trying to infuse here? But still look very practical. I think that's the balance I'm working on right now. As it would happen, I think that's kind of what I have been struggling with a bit. Trying to just figure out where to put patterns without wanting to kill myself. Because this is going to be a comic character that I will have to draw multiple times. Not just the once, but multiple times. I'm not the person who made this, okay? Not everyone could be the Bride Story manga artist where they just draw textiles a billion times in their story and people wonder how the heck they have the time to do that. I still wonder how they do that. And you draw every stitch like Coward Morton. No. No, 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 no. Oh, and follow-up, no. Russian is also very pretty. I don't think I have enough traditional Russian influence. Let's see if I can add some of that, actually. I know I have it on Pinterest, but I don't think I actually put any on Every Tapestry. You shut your beak right now. Traditional Russian clothing. Can't find any saved pins for traditional Russian clothing? You gotta be yanking my goat. Do it, coward. I'll freaking fight before I ever draw anything like that. Is Pinterest finally just... Oh, wait. No, yeah, they literally just... They have nothing. They have nothing. If you type in the words traditional Russian clothing, you find nothing. That is crazy. I found Polish Warrior on DeviantArt. It seems to be some kind of cosplay somebody has made. And then just a bunch of the other pictures I found already. Well, I guess that's why I can't... Maybe you know, I'm going to Google Images then. Fine. Fine. Traditional Russian clothing. Ugh. Chill up my spine having to go on Google Images to find references. I hate this. I feel gross. Yeah, this does look like a similar vibe, actually. I can see it. A lot of them go for that similar pattern of like the horizontal lines that are like kind of wavy or angular. Now here's some interesting stuff. I don't know if I found anything I want to use per se, because it's all like patterns that I could not do. I would have to make pattern sheets and then just like do it chowder style, you know, like the cartoon, and just like copy paste the pattern underneath, or like maybe on top of the flat color layer of the characters. Or what's the anime that does it? Mononoke, but not the movie. I know, very confusing. Not Princess Mononoke, but Mononoke, the TV series. It's very... I hate that it's so confusing to differentiate between all that. But, you know, where they have the texture overlaid on top of the colors. Or underlaid? I don't even know what the proper way to describe it is, but if you've seen it, you'll know what I'm talking about. I love Mononoke. I also enjoyed it. I haven't seen it in a long time, though. I should watch that one again. Uh-oh. Yard work noises. Let's go. Fixed texture. Hello, Stove. Welcome in. Thank you for coming in to drop the wisdom upon us. Back to Clip Studio. Wait, is this the, okay, that's you. We can use this layer. Stove, what do you think about this character design before you leave or lurk or whatever? I have to catch you while you're here. Because I never know when you have something to do. Sorry, static pattern? I see. Almost dropped false information on us like I always do in this stream, and I would have faulted you for that. Like a real hypocrite. Because I always be dropping the wrong term. I always remember it wrong. I would have also, I think, if the difference was static and fixed. Wait, what did you ask me? What do you think of the character design? Do you like it? You can mainly pick from these two, because these are the ones that I'm working on right now. Let me move her down a bit. I can draw them. Where's her face? There's her face. I need to fix this. I like design a lot from last stream because I was lurking the entire stream. That's why I gotta ask you questions now, because I never know when you're lurking. Now I can get verbal confirmation. But I'm glad to hear it, regardless. I mean, I guess that is the point of lurking, for most people. Design is good, me like. Good, make 'em. Draw big, nice. The biggest nice drawing? I don't know if I like this being as dark as it is. So, maybe if we just... I don't know what this whole thing is here. Where is your boot? Give me this. Do I like it just being like this whole thing, or like a continuous thing? Let me see. Yeah, we'll just leave it like that for now until I can figure out what I'm doing. Which may never happen. Guys, how long do you think, on average, it would take you to trim branches off of a tree? Do you think it would be like 5 hours? 6 hours? Because these yard work, this crew, they've been here all day, and I don't know what my parents asked them to do, but it seems like they've been here for a long time. Like all of them? I don't think every tree. I don't think all of the trees, or all of the branches off of the tree. I also haven't looked, though. I don't know what they're doing. Maybe I should look and see what they're doing, but then they would see me looking at them, because I would have to raise my blinds, and that would just be awkward for me. And I can't handle social confrontation. 50 years. For every branch off of every tree? That's an impressive turnover rate. What are you, an oil company? What are you, one of those canola oil companies? Are those the ones that were deforesting that entire rainforest? Which oil is bad for rainforests? Palm oil, that's the one. Yeah, don't use palm oil. It's very bad for deforestation, apparently. Don't do it. We already have things contributing to deforestation, like golfing. Do you guys know about that? Topical subject, and the oil. Just the hard-hitting kind of streaming commentary you can only get on the Zotan stream. I'm always up to date on my current events, like, how about that Joe Biden, eh? Yes, quite. Now, nobody actually answer that question, because if you do, I have to ban you. Nobody talk about politics. I don't think I have that explicitly said in my About section page, but I probably should, to be honest with you. The only politics that are allowed are me smack-talking Dick Cheney. You know, there are far more golf courses than any golfer could ever need or use in multiple lifetimes. Yep, and their use rate for the water that it takes to maintain them is actively contributing to the droughts experienced in California? I know, it's crazy. Same thing with, what is it? Almond farms. Almonds take so much water to grow. And it's like, I like almonds, but if they're literally making people potentially die of thirst or suffer food droughts or water droughts or anything as a result of not being able to water crops or what have you, then it's like, ooh. What about the politics where I drag Zotan? That is a fine political. That's the worst way to say that. Political topic, you can use that one. I don't know if it's inherently political, but I guess it would be a hate crime because I'm a goblin, so that's fine. Just know that I will cancel you on Twitter. Good luck. You can't take me down, I'll drag you down with me. I ain't going down without a fight. I'll make this a race thing. It's because I'm green, isn't it? That was a line from Jim Carrey's Grinch. It's not Jim Carrey's movie, but it might as well be, because nobody would have seen it without him. It also would be a far worse movie without him. I don't think, like, if the Grinch live-action movie had anyone but Jim Carrey in that role, it would literally be unwatchable, I think. But just because it's him, he carries that movie on his back. I like the middle one more than the right one. That's why I'm gonna use both of them. Isn't that nuts? Have you ever heard a character designer just be like, I'm actually gonna use multiple character designs? No, because it never happens. I'm using the Hunter x Hunter philosophy. Characters are gonna have outfits. And they're gonna change them, and they're gonna change into them, they're gonna wear multiple things. So far. I don't like this. I gotta fix this line in particular. Be drawn correctly. Berserk did that a little bit, where Guts changed his appearance every once in a while. Casca had some casual wear, as we saw in the Bonfire of Dreams monologue. She's just wearing like a tunic and thigh highs, which is a bit interesting for casual wear, but you know, it's anime, who cares? It's not going to be 100% realistic, and it would be lame if it was, so we appreciate that. When I think of late night attire to, you know, retire into the evening with, it's not usually thigh-high boots that come to mind. Maybe I don't know anything about fashion, sweetheart, and that's just the thing. I'm trying to learn more about fashion. You kind of have to if you want to design your characters to look interesting. All right, now let's see if I can glean something from this. Why is it that you think that you like the middle one more than the right one? Is it perhaps something to do with the silhouette of this one? I should add the values first, and then ask the question again, but, you know. I didn't know One Piece was older than Hunter x Hunter. I could imagine. I could have sworn Hunter x Hunter was Golden Age or something like that. Now, I'm pretty sure, I mean, like, because you gotta remember that he was making Yu Yu Hakusho and other stuff before that. Meanwhile, Oda's been making One Piece, and that's just the thing that he's been doing for decades. One Piece is the thing that he does. Togashi's been doing other stuff, so I can fully see that. It's just that Togashi is such a good storyteller that he has made multiple wildly acclaimed works. I think the fur messes with the attitude I've invented for her in my head. And what attitude is that, specifically? Oh, wait, hold on, I did that wrong. This one is supposed to be shorter. There we go. And what if we just give her bat wings? And then one angel wing? Now we're getting somewhere. Hold on. No. This is not real. Eboshi for Fano Naked? What do you... What? No. 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 But yeah. Probably, definitely an inspiration for the character. Oh, it's the Guinevere theme, everyone. Everyone praise be. Can I just show you guys the image they used for this, and it appears in my mind every time as a result of this video existing? You won't even be surprised. You might be a little like, whoa, but you won't be surprised. This is what pops into my mind every time I hear this song now, because this is the image they use in this video. And I'm like, oh, yeah. Perfect song to accompany the image. Triumphant in her nudity, she is. Sure, Zotan. Blame the video, that's right. Anyway, everybody follow Art Mirko Cavia on DeviantArt or Patreon. I don't know. I'm just saying it because he puts it there. This is why they send you loots on Twitter. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's because I click on them. That's why they send me loots on Twitter. That's the only reason. Give me my goblin back, please. Excuse me, where am I? There I am. Testing, 1, 2. Am I on the thing now? I am on the thing now. They send them because I demand that. And I'm mad about it. So, how dare they? Do we give her the overcoat as well? What if we just give her the overcoat anyway? I kinda like the overcoat. And I do think it adds something to the silhouette. So let's try and work in the overcoat again. Maybe. I don't even know where it would go. It would be over the fur. So let's see if we can. Would it be too much? I don't know. We can try it. Ain't no harm in trying. That's what the point of these streams are for. That's why I'm not working on comics right now. It's not because I'm procrastinating, it's because I'm actively working on making it better. In different ways. I gotta merge all these line art layers. I think I just gotta do it. Otherwise I'm gonna be losing my mind trying to sift through all of this. There we go. And then we'll do one on top. Actually, well, you know what? We'll control paste this. No one has ever said it as control paste, and I'm sorry that I said it like a psychopath. Control C, Control V that. And we'll see if we can't get this overcoat to work with the fur as opposed to against it. I do like the overcoat though, hence why I'm trying to bring it back into this one. Hence why I'm stealing it from Eboshi. It's mine now. Sorry, Miyazaki. You've run this town for too long. I'm gonna be the one drawing the overcoats on my ladies now. And the best part is, my characters don't even have any romantic tension with their sisters, so take that, Miyazaki. That's one thing, that's where you and I are different, my dude. Zero sibling romantic chemistry in my story. I'm going to tell you that right now. And if you're disappointed by that, please go away. I give it like 7 chapters. No, it'll never happen. you thought I was going to draw bed making for 100 chapters, and that's also not happening. I can assure you that. That won't even make it past the first couple of pages. I haven't been proven wrong yet. I will prove you so wrong. It's going to be so great. When I don't draw beds for like another billion years, you'll honestly miss them, I think. I think most of the fan base will, after I release the first like couple of pilot episodes all at once, because that's how you have to release it on Webtoons. Then everyone's gonna be like, you know what, I kind of miss when they were just making beds. And I'm gonna be like, no, that's all the bed making you get. It doesn't align with my vision to have multiple bed making scenes. It's not gonna happen. They gotta sleep sometime, and you know, I won't even draw it. I won't even draw that. You know, they also have to go to the bathroom sometimes. I won't even draw that. Because you don't need to do that when you're making a story. And again, if you're disappointed by this, I don't care, because I'm not going to draw people going to the bathroom. There are other artists for that. I am not one of them. No, that's a tangent. It's going to make me throw up if I leave it there. Like 7 chapters. You must think, well, I don't know what series you read recently where some stuff went down in chapter 7, but I'm very sorry to hear that apparently something has happened. Clearly some series had a chapter 7 that went buck wild. Was it like, it's called the Book of Zotan. No, it's not. I haven't made any books yet. And if somebody's made a book about me, that's slander. None of it's real. Unless they called me really cool and handsome. Then I'd be willing to say that they interviewed me and got that part correct on account of first-hand evidence. First-hand sources, second-hand sources, second source, primary source. That's the one. Sorry, I had to go back to my memory of history class to remember what the heck I was talking about. Oh yeah, get those noises revved up, dude. Put it right into my microphone. Rev up those fryers. Are we out of music again? No, we got so much music left. I don't even have to look for the rest of the stream, I don't think. This should be lower, I think. Not like that. What do we do it here? If we do it here, I guess it's fine there. Can you even hear the music right now? I can't hear the music right now. New song. There we go. That's right. What's right? Your political alignment? Perhaps I told you not to talk about that on stream. Try to drown out the future of your PP diaper comic. I can't believe you said that to me. I ought to go off stream right now for what you just did. I have been streaming for 3 hours anyway, so I probably should stop soon. I don't even know how to feel about anything anymore. This story that's been bouncing around in my mind since high school that got me into the prospect of becoming a writer in the first place, and he just called it a PP diaper con? What am I even gonna do anymore? This is a devastating mental blow. I don't even think you understand the full ramifications. If anyone's gonna pee-pee in their diaper, it's you. I can't believe you said that to me. It's how I feel. That's why. Genuine emotion. I feel similar vibes to that. You sound upset. No, I don't. Shut up, dude. Go on a plane or something, man. Get out of here. What are you even doing here? Why don't you just fly away, Swan? Huh? Why don't you just fly away? You're good at doing that, huh? Anyway, that's the end of my Twitch drama, my radio drama. Well, I will, if 15 minutes. Like Lenny Kravitz, yeah, why don't you fly away? Like a dragonfly. I want a Milky Way. Then you'll be sorry. You'll all be sorry. Put me on speaker right now. She's got a gun. I hope you did. I hope you did. She still has it. She hid it while you were searching her. Have a nice flight, Swan. Don't burp on your neighbors. Where's this coming from? Swan, would you care to explain what Stove is talking about? I feel like this is something I'm not privy to. There is some prior context here that I am not keen on. And until you explain it, I'm just going to assume that you've done this before. I think Steve is projecting. Alright. Well, Stove, now can you explain your context? I'll let everyone have a fair share at explaining what you mean by that. It's a compressed cabin that will stick around the entire... Now that's just true, so yeah. If it's just a general warning statement because the fact that cabins are like air's tight, then yeah, definitely don't burp on your neighbors. I can agree with that wholeheartedly. Don't take off your shoes, for the love of God. I don't know why people think they can do that and not get pelted with rocks. It's what ought to happen every time somebody does that on a plane. Take off your goddamn shoes. I'm bringing rocks just for Huckin', specifically for that reason. Let me free my feet. No, you're the worst human being if you do that. If that happens, then here will be my list. You got the Manson dude. You got Charles Manson. You got Adolf Hitler, and then right up here you got Swan Drawn. And that's my list. If you take off your shoes in that plane, this is what's happening. This is how the list is going to go, okay? This is what happens. You can't keep me down. The spirit of rebellion rises within me. I argued my point, and I gave you all the opportunities to not. So I guess if you're still set on it, this is Zotan's list. This is my real list. You can screen cap that and send it to everyone you know. He has a strong feelings about feet, as you well know. Yeah, but they're strong in the negative direction, so I feel perfectly healthy with having it. I'm not like freaking steak bits over here. We all know how that guy feels about feet. What if my shoes are filled with potpourri? Are your shoes filled with potpourri? If you answer anything other than no, then I'm sorry, I have to ban you again for a different reason. I can't be affiliating with someone who does something like fill their shoes with potpourri. I'll bring it next time. How much time is 4:06? I think I will call it here then. I'm sorry this amazing discussion is taking place about feet and shoe smells. But I will have to call. You know what I do? I think the overcoat is just going to have to be stapled to her at all times. I like it too much. I think it literally just improves the design every time I draw it. Just give me that Yu-Gi-Oh style, drape the sleeves off the shoulder type overcoat. It's just, I'm in. Which is funny, because when I see Yu-Gi-Oh use that as a design trope, I hate it. But every time I see it anywhere else, I'm like, oh yeah, this looks dope as hell. I wish everything did this. And then Yu-Gi-Oh does it, I'm like, ew, stop doing that. Why do you, ew. Stop. Freaking Yami Yugi anti-gravity coat draping off his dang shoulders. Dumb. Darn. Yeah, I know. It's. I'm sorry. Listen, I don't know if you're gonna buy the Wi-Fi on your plane anyway, so you can't even listen to me stream on a plane unless you were going to buy the Wi-Fi on the plane. In which case, too bad for you. I never buy the Wi-Fi on the planes. I don't fly often enough. I usually just download a bunch of anime to watch over the course of the trip anyway. I love that they stick to the shoulders like they're sewn on there. I know, it's great. You wish you were cool enough to have a coat drape over your shoulders? I kind of do. I definitely could not pull off this look, but if I could, you know I'd be rocking this every day. Actually, I beg to differ. I could totally... Hold on, we're testing this right now. Before I stop for the greatest missed opportunity in Iceborne, yeah, don't they have a dude doing that. Multiple characters do that in Monster Hunter these days. There you freaking... There you go. This brush is too small. We gotta zoom in more. Here. That's almost my nose. Then we got... Then we got... That's not... And you never get one. Never, ever. My eyes are messed up, brother. Except in Sunbreak, which I appreciated, but it wasn't the same. Yeah, I was going to say, people are doing that in Sunbreak now. Then we got the hair, and then we got this. And then we got and then we got Actually, it should be a smirk, a little And then we got this here. My little Sultan beard. I don't even know what to call that style there. I don't even have that in real life, unfortunately. And then we draw the Goblin Man. Here he is. He's got... That's not how his shoulders ought to look, but, you know, we'll figure it out. We draw the thing that he's got the freaking... He's like this. Actually, I drew one of these, so I gotta... Of course I gave myself a waist piece. I always do that to my characters. We'll do that. And then we are standing here. And then there we are. This is canon, by the way. Everything I do involving this avatar is canon, so this is true. Actually, I have 4 fingers, so I gotta do that. That's canonical. I'm not some freaking Mickey Mouse ass Disney cartoon, alright? I got 4 fingers and a thumb. And you can never take that away from me unless you used a very sharp object. Then you could almost exclusively take it away from me. And then the time, shut your mouth. This is me. This is who I am. Hello. This is my true form. I gotta widen the scalp a bit. Give me that. And then I have the robe on anyway, so I could just drape the robe over the shoulder. And then we'll just we'll just have the little sleeveys going on over here. Now I look like some kind of wannabe wizard. You're right, I'm not cool enough to pull it off, I'm sorry. I tried it out though. I had to prove to myself that it could or couldn't be done. Now that I know the truth, I am disappointed, but I had to know, you know? I just look like a dumb idiot. Huzzah! Look at me, Grand Master Wizard of the Ages. Look at my gnarled stick. Don't I look? And then the wizard is just over here, just looking like, oh. Why are you here? Oh no. Please leave my home. You look like a LARPer, I know. And the wizard's just all like, oh my god, just get out of here, for the love of God. You're here every other week. I tell you to leave every time. And you never leave my home. I gotta fix this. This was not made with aesthetically pleasing artistic sensibilities in mind. Believe it or not. Yeah, this is, actually, you know what? The scale is off. There we go. No, this is not true. A sad wizard so fast, yeah. Bow before me, puny wizard man. It manifested itself? Yeah. Sorry, I'm just going on a power fantasy now. Don't let the sad wizard see this. He will kick me so hard in the butt. He's got a big old stick that he uses to cast spells. It's like way bigger than mine. If he sees that I drew, he's gonna hit me so hard. Please do not show the sad wizard that I've made this of him. For the love of God. I don't even know his name. I just call him the sad wizard, and he's like, oh, not you again. And that is canonical lore now to the stream. There is a character in the universe, he's just a sad wizard. I don't even know his actual name, I just call him Sad Wizard. So we've done a lot of things on the stream. We did a whole character design, and we've added to my lore. We've proven that I cannot wear a coat over the shoulders. I just end up looking like a LARPer, which is, from what I understand, a bad thing to look like. So I don't look like that, willingly. I choose not to look like that. I've decided that overcoats just make this design cooler, so I'm probably going to just staple it to her shoulders. Not true, though. See, look, I tied it around her shoulder. It's different. I made a thing so it makes sense. It's tied around the... It's good. I'm a good character designer, I swear. It's been a changing day. I think we've all learned a thing or two about ourselves as people. And with that, there's no better time to end a stream than having just gone on a journey, so... I'll catch you all later. The coat just needed to be sharper with razor edges like in Yu-Gi-Oh! No, I'm not giving her, like, pantsuit shoulder pads that you insert into your suit jacket so you can be one of those business women on a mission. Ready to strike down the patriarchy. Smash that glass ceiling, queen. Kill it. Alright. See you. Have a good one later, guys. I'll be streaming again tomorrow. Wow. And bye-bye. Oh yeah, have a good flight.